Hi, this is Trepacer. Welcome to my top 10 worst movies of 2015 that I've seen. Okay, and I had to put that caveat in there because I know there are other movies that came out that were probably worse than going to be on my list, but I didn't see them, so I can't comment on them. So like Adam Sandler movie Pixels, I knew going in that was going to be horrible, so I didn't go see it. 50 Shades of Grey, I do have, and I know that's on a lot of people's worst list, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't comment on that. And Boy Next Door, same thing. Jennifer, I'm gonna say Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer J Lo, uh, the Boy Next Door movie. I knew that was going in even from the trailer that was gonna be horrible, but I kind of wanted to see it, and I know it was on people's horrible list, and I didn't get the movie. Usually, I was gonna actually try to wait till it dropped down to like $9 or something like that, and then miss buy it, but I haven't seen that, so I can't comment on that either. Okay, so I can't comment on movies I haven't seen. I'm just gonna comment on movies that I saw, that I actually physically saw. So I'll let you know that I guess the 10 worst of all I've seen, the movies that came out this year. Okay, number 10. Really sad to put this on my list, but Crimson Peak. Really wanted, I really had high expectations, but especially because of the cast: Jessica Chastain, Tom Hiddleston, Mia Wachowski, I think that's her name, and I really wanted to Charlie Hunnam. I really wanted to like this movie, about this young girl who actually could actually communicate, I guess, see ghosts, and she basically, meets this, she's an author also as well, and she meets this young guy who basically sweeps her off her feet, and they get married and they go to this house, and it's supposed to be, I guess, about the house and everything else, and the wacky relationship between him and his sister, and Jessica, played by Jessica Chastain. But it just really didn't live up to the build up. Okay, the movie looked good, but it just didn't live up to the story itself. Didn't live up to the I guess the setting, I guess, and the once they started revealing things, then it started getting even worse to me. And then even the very last part of the movie kind of delved into like almost slapstick, which is really a shame, especially from a Guillermo del Toro film. So that really kind of disappointed me. So that's why I put that as number 10 for me. Okay, number 9 on my list is Tomorrowland. That was the movie with George Clooney, of course, and I forgot the actress who played it. She plays a young girl that she finds the little button or coin thing, whatever it is, that transports you to Tomorrowland, literally, and then she runs into George Clooney's character, who's the was a I guess a bitter scientist who was there as a young boy, and he left uh, due to he was infatuated with this young girl who it turns out was a robot. Okay, and he's all screwed up by that, and basically they get dragged into this adventure. They get chased and they get dragged back to Tomorrowland, and the movie just and also it wastes. This movie also wasted House, which I can't remember his name, the actor's name who played House. He was in this movie too. Kind of a thankless role, but the story just didn't live up to the build up for this movie. Tomorrowland, you thought this was going to be this great place, and it really didn't live up to the hype of it. And the worst thing is, you know, I said the girl that played the robot, she was the best thing in it. The young acting, I think she's an English actress. I think she was the best thing about it. But her character and George Clooney's character, when he's a little kid, he kind of develops a crush on her, of course, and and falls in love with her. But then once the reveal that she's a robot, and then he leaves, gets thrown out, and then later when they meet up again, and he's older, he's old, he's George Clooney at this point. It gets kind of a creepy vibe, kind of creepy vibe between them because she still thinks of him, as the person, and and it almost plays like it looks kind of creepy that he's still mad at her for being a robot, and it kind of gives a little weird vibe because he's a middle-aged man. This is his young actress, and it was a little creepy, okay, but it just didn't live up to the hype. I saw all the trailers, and I really thought this was going to be something extra special, but it just wasn't. The script just didn't live up to the story, I guess, to me, or the premise of it. Okay. Now, number 8 on my list would be Hitman, Agent 47. Now, I saw the original with Timothy Olyphant, and I thought that movie was okay, decent. And this one I was looking forward to mainly because of Rupert Friend, who plays Agent 47 in this one, who was on Homeland, and I love the actor. And I saw the trailers, and I thought, okay, this is going to be good. They're setting it up, and they're trying to find the guy who created the agent program, and it started off kind of good, but then the lead actress in this movie started opening her mouth, and she's a model, I think, and she just can't act. I'm sorry, she just can't. And the script was weak, and the villain, the main villain, was weak as well. Weak, and I really wanted the main villain to get a bullet early on because he was just weak and annoying. Okay, and the very climax of the movie, it ends really, really stupid to me. Okay, this movie really does, and I really wanted Hitman to be better because, like I said, I like the lead actor Rupert Friend, and I guess he did the best he could with this, this sucky script and the horrible direction and being saddled with an actress who can't really act. Okay, so that's why that's number 8 on my list. And number 7 is Victor Frankenstein. Okay, this movie stars Danny Radcliffe and what's his name from X-Men, James McAvoy. Okay, and he, basically the story of Victor Frankenstein. And from the trailers, you see they were trying to go for something different and something original, and you can tell James McAvoy had a good time playing Victor Frankenstein, but they try to, they concentrate on Igor, Danny Radcliffe's character, which I think was a mistake. Not because Danny Radcliffe was a bad actor or anything, just because James McAvoy, I think the movie would have been better served if he was the focus of the movie. He was, even though the movie's called Victor Frankenstein, the movie doesn't focus on him solely, which I think was a mistake. And I think the movie would have been better if it would have focused solely on him, because he has a good relation, and they get an actor who played on Game of Thrones to play his father in this movie. And I think if they would have concentrated on them, the movie would have been better. And then also the monster reveal. The monster reveal was good, but it wasn't. They kind of wasted the monster because he didn't show up until like the last part of the movie, which really kind of killed anything. And it disappointed me because, like I say, from the trailers, it looks like James McAvoy's having a great time being over the top, and it looked like it was going to be good, but it just didn't live up to the hype. And it was, like I said, the monster showed up too late, and they wasted. And the movie, I think, should have been focused solely on Victor Frankenstein, and I think it would have been a better movie. Okay, that way. So number 7, and number 6 on my worst list is Sinister 2, which of course the first Sinister movie with Ethan Hawke. I love that movie, and I forgot what they call that creature who looks like the guy from Slipknot. But anyway, he was great in the movie, in the original movie Sinister, but this movie was like a sequel to that, and they brought back the cop character from the first movie. Okay, who was kind of a goofy guy, but he didn't bother me so much. It's just that the story was, they had these little moments with the 2 kids that she had, and the one kid was getting visited by the kids that killed, and they were showing him, movies of them killing their parents and stuff. And they didn't have the guy, the horror guy. They didn't have him in the movie enough to me. I mean, the guy he didn't show up enough. Okay, which is kind of weird. I know that's kind of weird to say, but I think the kid actors were okay, but just the story was kind of plotting and it kind of dragged out. And I wanted to see more of that guy. I wanted to get more into his history. They give you a little bit of it, a little bit of the backstory when the sheriff goes in, or the ex-sheriff goes to investigate, and he talks to the one guy who gives a little bit of the background on this character. But it just didn't, live up to the first one. The first one was great with Ethan Hawke because there was a serious amount of suspense, and you were scared, effortless, wondering when this guy was going to show up and what was going to happen. And then in this movie, he didn't show up enough. Okay, just very sporadically, which I know for a horror movie you want them to show up. You don't want him to show up too much, but I think he didn't show up enough in this movie. Okay, they mostly showed the kids showing, and it was mostly about the kids trying to convert the one kid to the dark side, I guess, as it were. But it just didn't live up to the first movie. Okay, so it was a disappointing sequel. Okay, number 5 is The Gunman. Basically, Sean Penn plays I think he works for the government, and he's like a sniper. And he, of course, one hit goes horribly wrong, and he wants to get out of the business. And this movie just wasted a lot of good actors in this. Javier Bardem, Idris Elba was in this, and he was only in this movie for 2 scenes. They totally misrepresented when you saw the trailer what the movie was going to be about. Okay, you know it was about a guy, a guy that was burnt out and he wanted to get out of the business, but then there were outside forces dragging him back in, and getting him, and he was trying to stay alive, and people were getting killed, and then they just totally misrepresented Idris Elba. You thought he would have a big part in this movie. He only had like 2 scenes in this movie. It just really they basically wasted his character. And Javier Bardem, I think they wasted his character as well. And he's a great actor, and his part to me was like a waste of his time, wasted his actor of his caliber. He should have been in the movie more. And the way he went out was just really weak. Okay, weak sauce to me. Okay, so the gunman just, yeah. Okay, number 4, Jupiter Ascending. Now, I have to be perfectly frank when I'm saying this. I bought Jupiter Ascending, but I bought this movie when the Black Friday sale, and I got it for like $9 or $7.99, something like that, whatever it was. But ultimately, this movie really, by the Wachowski siblings, I'm gotta make sure I say that because now it's, a woman and a man now. They just, they try to create this different whole world, about this warring faction, of basic siblings, and they were all fighting each other. And Mila Kunis was supposed to be, I think, Jupiter Jones, which kind of reminds me of John Jones. But anyway, she was in it. Channing Tatum played this character that had like dog ears or wolf ears. And first of all, him and Mila Kunis had no chemistry whatsoever. Okay, they had no chemistry. I mean, just like I said, she was getting, her character was reluctant, and she was a toilet cleaner or some cleaner and stuff, and then she got dragged into this intergalactic adventure because she favored the mother. She looked like the mother of these 3 characters who were picking over the universe, basically. And Eddie Redmayne, who's a great actor, really just put on a voice and just a weird, effective voice to play his characters, and just was just very weird. It's very, and the movie got cultivated. And like I said, Mila Kunis' character kept getting put in danger every 5 feet, and she was lusting after Channing Tatum's character, and just the just I could them wanting to create this whole world, but it just ultimately failed. It just was a big mess with horrible acting in it, and the story was just weak sauce. Okay, just very weak sauce. So, like I said, I have the movie. Like I said, I have to be honest with you. I got the movie set $7.99. I think it was on the Black Friday sale. That's the only reason I bought it. I got it on sale. Anyway, but that's number 4. Number 3 on my list would be Chappie. Oh my God! Basically about, I think it's in the set in the future where, and the guy who did District 9 and Elysium did this Chappie, and oh my God! You talking about had the robot speaking in some jive talking accent, and they had actors in that. It was basically about this guy inventor who was creating this robot, and the robot escaped. He escapes. He gets stolen. I'm sorry, he gets stolen by these criminals, these horrible acting criminals who were actually musicians, I think, in real life, and they were absolutely horrible. Oh my God, these I don't even call them actors. They were magicians trying to act. They were absolutely horrible, and the fact that Hugh Jackman and Sigourney Weaver was in this movie too, I feel sorry for them for being in it. The only good part of Hugh Jackman being in this movie, he played a complete asshole in this movie, and when he gets the shit beat out of him, that's kind of funny. But ultimately, they had this robot basically talking slang and robbing and just a big mess. And the actor who played Dev Patel, I think that's his name, who was in Slumdog Millionaire, his character was very annoying. Very, very annoying, and his fate in the movie is totally freaking ridiculous. And I just felt bad for Charlie Copley, I think that's his name, the actor who did the voice for Chappie. The lines they made that him say was stupid, and it had him with this mommy fixation on one of the female robbers, which just criminals were just really weird and just very weird. Okay, and just Chappie was just awful. Okay, number 2 on my list is going to be Fantastic Four. Now, unfortunately, I was looking forward to this movie a lot. I was really looking forward to it. From the first trailer, especially, you didn't know, all we knew was the guy who did, what's his name? Damn, I can't remember his name. The guy that did, I'm drawing a blank on his name. But, the guy that did, the superhero movie, with the three kids. With Michael B. Jordan was in that. I forgot the other two guys, but anyway, I can't remember. It'll come to me when I'm doing this probably. But they got him to do this, and we saw the first trailer got released. You said, oh, okay, this is gonna be nice and serious, and it looked good. The first trailer looked really well. Whoever did that first trailer, it looked great, and even the second trailer looked okay. Looked like this was gonna be a decent movie, but this movie was a freaking disaster. Oh my God. This movie was an editing mess. Time jumps. I don't think The Thing and Johnny Storm. I think they only said one word between each other during the whole freaking movie. You got this group, the Fantastic Four, and there's been previous editions of it. This movie made the other versions, the movie versions with Jessica Alba, look like masterpieces. That's how horrible. Time jumps in this movie, and this movie had so much potential. But Josh Trank, that's his name, Jesus. Chronicle. I'm trying to, now I remember. But apparently he had problems on the set, and apparently he said the studio was interfering with him. And he had these big action sequences that were supposed to be in the movie. But what we got was a cultivated mess. Dr. Doom was a mess. He was, again, they made him a part of the experiment from the beginning. Again, totally, which I didn't have a problem with. But, oh my God, once he became Dr. Doom and came back, oh my God. And the last half of the movie was just, last part of the movie is like somebody said it before, and I'll say it again, I'll repeat them. It's a green screen mess. That last part of the movie was just a freaking mess. Okay? And like I said, you never felt they were really a family. And it's really a shame that it had so much potential, had good actors in it. The script was weak. Like I said, too much studio interference. Apparently, Josh Trank, I don't know if he was out of control. And I was really hoping, because that movie got released about 2 weeks ago, I think. I was hoping for a director's cut, but I should have realized there was never going to be a director's cut. Because if there was, the studio would look like idiots if there was a director's cut, a better version of this movie, and they didn't release it. So we'll probably never see a director's cut of this movie, ever. Okay, unless somebody else gets the rights to it besides 20th Century Fox. You will never see a director's cut of this movie. But as it is, the movie was awful. Okay, and thank God it didn't ruin Michael B. Jordan's career, because he Creed came out later in the year, and that made up for the stink bomb that was Fantastic Four. Okay, number 1 on my list, Hot Tub Time Machine 2. Oh my freaking God! I loved the first movie. Okay, it was really good. But I should have known when John Cusack didn't come back for this version of it, okay, that it was going to be horrible, okay? And boy, was this horrible. Apparently, a man getting raped, is funny. It's hilarious. Rob Corddry, who's one of the actors in Hot Tub Time, he was so annoying. I really wanted to kill Rob Corddry. He's the bald-headed guy of the three, and I think the only person that came off looking, no, not even him. I was gonna say the other guy came off looking good, but he didn't. All 3 characters came off looking horrible in this movie. And there's a guy, I forgot the guy, Adam Levine, I think that's his name, who I guess he replaced John Cusack to play the 4th guy in this Hot Tub Time Machine. Oh my, who looks like Chris Stuckman. But oh my God, his character was so annoying. Oh my God. And this movie was so unfunny. Just sitting through it, was a chore. That's how painful it was. Just not funny at all. Okay, man rape. They try to put man rape in there, and virtual man rape, as that was a good joke. That was absolutely horrible. I guess the best thing about this movie was the incredibly hot girl that played what's his name with the glasses? I can't remember his name. He had a wife when they went to the future, and she was his wife. And I guess, in the trailer, they had her topless in the movie for no absolute reason at all. Okay? But she was the best. I guess she was the only shining thing in the movie, even though she didn't say much. Okay? But everything else was just horrible. And Hot Tub Time Machine 2 was the worst movie that I saw for this year. I mean, absolute worst. Okay? Just absolutely horrible. The people who wrote it should never be allowed to write a movie again. Okay? And the people that directed it should never be able to direct a movie either. Okay, and John Cusack, you're a genius. Not genius. You're just smart for not uh, involving yourself in this crap fest that it was. And he probably did read the script and said, "Oh no," even though he does direct video movies all the time. John Cusack had enough common sense to know that this movie was going to be horrible, and he avoided it. So kudos to you, John Cusack. Anyway, that's my top 10 worst movies of 2015. Now, these are just movies I've seen, okay? And I'll put in the title here that there's spoilers in this, so that way nobody says, "Oh, why are you spoiling it?" Well, this is the worst movie. I got to tell you why they suck, okay? Anyway, that's it for me for my list. Let me know what you think of my list. Anyway, and also look for my best of 2015, which will be Thursday. Thursday, I get off work early, and I'm going to see The Hateful Eight, and then I'll do my list when I come home from there of my best top 10 movies of 2015, the best. Okay, so let me know what you think of my worst of 2015. What do you think of them? Feel free to leave comments down below. And again, if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button down below. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.